Amanda Seyfried opens up about her role in Long Bright River and stepping into darkness. Amanda Seyfried has recently opened up about the intense process of preparing for her role in the upcoming series Long Bright River, revealing how the experience challenged her in unexpected ways. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, the Dear John actress shared insights into how stepping into the shoes of a cop made her confront her own fears and perceptions about authority. The 8-part drama, produced by Sony Pictures Television, marks a significant shift for Seyfried, who is known for her work in romantic dramas and light-hearted films. At 39, Seyfried explained that this role pushed her beyond her comfort zone, encouraging her to explore a side of herself that she hadn't yet tapped into. "I wanted to play somebody that scared me," Seyfried admitted. "I've always been drawn to characters that are complex and layered, but playing a cop felt like something completely different. I didn't believe that I could hold that kind of authority, but then you put on the uniform and everything changes." Seyfried described the transformative nature of wearing a police uniform and how it altered her perspective on power and control. "I mean, real cops must feel this way," she said. "All of a sudden you have this edge, you have this shield, for better or for worse. It's not just about the uniform itself, but the weight of the responsibility that comes with it." The Seven Veils actress also reflected on the complex relationship between society and law enforcement. "We have a crazy relationship with cops in general at this point in the world," Seyfried noted. "I felt like it was the best time to play somebody who really does their job with dignity and respect for civilians. There's a lot of mistrust and tension surrounding policing, and I think exploring that dynamic through the lens of this character was really important." Amanda's decision to take on such a gritty and emotionally charged role was rooted in her desire to connect with deeper themes and provoke thought among viewers. "Life is dark and hard and scary," she said. "I love comedy, I really do. But there's something about stepping into the darkness that feels cathartic and necessary." Seyfried explained that playing complex characters allows her to tap into human vulnerability and authenticity in a way that resonates with audiences. "I love breeding a kind of awareness and compassion in other people by playing these roles," she said. "Sometimes you have to go to the uncomfortable places, the unsettling places, to tell the truth about life. There's beauty in the darkness, and by facing it, we can also better appreciate the light." The decision to portray a police officer required Seyfried to undergo intensive preparation, both physically and mentally. She immersed herself in police training, learning about the day-to-day realities of law enforcement and understanding the psychological toll that the job can take. "I wanted to make sure I was doing justice to the character," Seyfried said. "There's a lot of pressure that comes with portraying someone who holds so much power and responsibility in society. I wanted to be authentic." Seyfried also acknowledged the emotional toll that preparing for the role had on her. "Playing this character forced me to confront my own relationship with authority and control," she explained. "It's not easy to step into a world where moral lines are constantly blurred, where you have to make difficult decisions under pressure. But that's the reality for so many people who work in law enforcement." Despite the intensity of the role, Seyfried found herself drawn to the emotional core of the character. "At the end of the day, it's about humanity," she said. "This character is flawed and complex, but she's trying to do the right thing. That's what makes her real." Seyfried also shared how her previous work prepared her for the emotional demands of Long Bright River. "I've been fortunate to play a lot of emotionally driven roles in my career," she said. "But this one was different. It required a different kind of emotional strength, the kind that comes from knowing you have to stand your ground even when everything around you is falling apart." The Mamma Mia actress explained that part of the appeal of the role was the opportunity to highlight the human side of policing, the vulnerability, the mistakes, and the personal cost of the job. "There's this perception that cops have to be tough all the time, that they can't show weakness," Seyfried said. "But the truth is they're human. They struggle. They break down. And that's what I wanted to capture with this character." Seyfried described working on Long Bright River as one of the most rewarding experiences of her career. "It's not easy to tell a story about addiction, crime, and broken systems," she said. "But it's important. This show is about more than just the characters. It's about the larger conversation surrounding policing, justice, and accountability." She also reflected on the larger societal issues that the series touches on, including addiction and the opioid crisis. "We live in a world where addiction is often treated as a moral failing rather than a health issue," Seyfried said. "This series challenges that narrative. It shows the human cost of addiction, the way it affects families and communities, and it asks us to look at the systems that are failing people." Seyfried's approach to the role was guided by a desire to tell an authentic and nuanced story. "I didn't want to sugarcoat anything," she said. The reality is messy and complicated, and that's what we wanted to portray. Throughout her career, Seyfried has demonstrated a willingness to take on challenging and diverse roles. From her breakout role in Mean Girls to her critically acclaimed performances in Les Miserables and Mank, she has proven her versatility as an actress. But Long Bright River represents a new chapter, one that required her to confront difficult truths about power, justice, and morality. Sometimes you have to step into the uncomfortable spaces to grow, Seyfried said. That's what this role taught me. It's not about having all the answers, it's about asking the right questions. As Long Bright River prepares to premiere, Seyfried remains hopeful that the series will resonate with audiences on a deeper level. At the end of the day, this is a story about humanity, she said. It's about the choices we make, the people we protect, and the systems we rely on. I hope it sparks conversation, and maybe even some change. Seyfried's willingness to explore the darker corners of human nature reflects her growth as an actress and a storyteller. I don't fear going to the dark places for the sake of telling a real story, she said, because life is dark. And by looking at the dark, we can also appreciate the light. With Long Bright River, Amanda Seyfried is stepping into new territory and proving once again why she remains one of Hollywood's most captivating and fearless performers. Reason.